After the wax palace was burnt down, the people of Hastinapur thought that the Pandavas have been killed and the whole city was in deep sorrow. Dhritarashtra, the uncle of the Pandavas, was terribly worried. But Duryodhana was very happy. The Pandavas and their mother Kunti safely escaped from the wax palace, but soon they got lost in the forest and didn't know where to go. Finally, Bhima carried his brothers and his mother Kunti on his shoulders and started walking through the forest. The forest was full of deep trenches, huge rocks, thick bushes, and prickly thorns. On the way, they met a great sage named Vyasa.
Greetings to you, Guru. We seek your blessings.
Greetings, Guru. We have crossed all hurdles to come here, but now we don't know where to go.
Greetings, Mother Kunti. Yudhishthira, what is all this? Where are you going? Why do you all look so tired?
Guru, Duryodhana plotted to kill all of us. So he has sent us to a wax palace in the forest and then set fire to it. But fortunately, the king of the forest, King Vidura, knew about this plot and helped us to escape. Now, we don't want to go back to Hastinapur. We really don't know where to go now.
Duryodhana has such an evil mind. He will suffer the consequences of all his evil actions. Don't worry now. We will find a solution.
Guru, please advise us. What should we do?
All of you dress like Brahmins and go to the small town called Ekachakra adjacent to the forest. No one will recognize you there. You will be safe there for a few days until you get the right opportunity to go back to Hastinapur.
Thank you, Guru. We will follow your advice.
Sage Vyasa leaves the forest. The Pandavas, dressed up like Brahmins, with their mother Kunti, reached the town of Ekachakra. They left their mother at home and went from house to house, begging for alms and food. Kunti couldn't bear to see her sons, the rulers of Hastinapur and sons of King Pandu, begging for food. She would weep every day, seeing the sad state of her sons. But they would console her, saying that their day to return to Hastinapur as rulers was close at hand. The Pandavas were living in a Brahman's house. Whatever alms they got from begging, they would distribute amongst themselves. They would give one portion to their mother and divide the remaining, while giving the major share to Bhima, whose immense appetite had to be fulfilled at all costs. One day, when the Pandavas had gone out to the town to get alms, there was a huge cry outside the house.
Who is that?
Let me go. Leave me. I cannot send you.
No, I will not allow you to go. You take care of the children. Let me go. I will never allow you to go.
What happened? Where do you both want to go? Why is your wife crying?
Mother, I think you are new to this town. That's why you don't know what happens here. There is cruel demon named Bakasura who lives in the nearby forest. She used to come to the town and ruthlessly kill all the people and cattle here. No one was able to defeat.
We could not find a solution. Then finally, one day, we told the demon that every week we will send a cart full of food and a human being, and in return, the demon should not come into this town. Now, the demon has stopped coming, but the food has to be delivered regularly.
Today, it's my child's turn to go. But I cannot send him, and I want to go to the demon instead of him, but my wife is not letting me go. She says she will go instead of me. I don't know what to do, mother.
The man broke down, and his wife and children started weeping. Kunti was shocked to hear this.
This is really horrible. We cannot be slaves to this demon. Don't worry. You go back to your house. I will send my son Bhima to the demon. He will take care.
Mother, what is this? How can you send your son for our sake? How can you make such a big sacrifice? We can't let you do this.
My son knows how to handle the demon. You please return home.
Kunti sent the couple home happily. She waited for Pandavas and on their arrival narrated the incident to them.
Mother, what have you promised? Bhima is only one who can protect us. He is our dear brother. What if the demon eats him up?
No one can kill Bhima. He is my son and the son of God Vayu. He has already killed the demon Hidimba. Don't you remember? He will be safe.
Mother, I'm extremely happy. I will get a cart full of food for killing the demon. Please bless me. Let me go.
My dear son Bhima, take care. Kill the demon Bakasura and free the people of this town from this bondage.
Thank you, Mother.
Bhima took a cart full of food in a bullock cart and reached the demon Bakasura's place. After seeing the food, Bhima couldn't control himself. He began eating the entire demon's food. The demon Bakasura came out and was shocked to see Bhima eating her food. She swung a mighty blow at Bhima, but Bhima did not seem to be aware of the demon. He continued eating happily. Then the demon pounced on Bhima, intent on killing him. Bhima struck her with a heavy blow, and the demon went flying. After finishing his food, Bhima threw Bakasura down, put his foot on the chest and broke her bones. The demon gave a loud roar and died. Bhima left the place to tell his mother about how he killed Bakasura.
Mother, I have killed the demon Bakasura. I also enjoyed a good meal today. I'm very happy.
I knew you would be successful. You have given new life to the people of this village. God bless you, my son.
Bhima's brothers hugged Bhima and appreciated his courage. The entire town of Ekachakra rejoiced at the news of the death of Bakasura, and they all thanked Kunti and her brave son Bhima.